Yeah, right, we're live, Paul.
We're live, eh? Yeah. So we're supposed to have something coming out of Texas. Apparently, there's a Texas low. Okay. Oh, Murray, where is he? Right there. Cool. We're live. Hey, pop up chat. And JD's first.
JD is first. All right, JD.
All right. I got a dog barking. I think she wants a treat, but yeah, I want to try to get those signs done because I want to come back and do a little bit of electrical work because I couldn't do it last night because if I cut the light off, I don't have any light. I gotta go get a treat.
Ed Hessick is second. Good morning, Ed. Yeah. I was out messing around with a camera on the north side of the house today that I just put up. And another Wise cam. And I put it up, got it put up. My tenant upstairs helped me. He was on his way to go do something, but he helped me get it up on the top of the railing. And I forgot to put an SD card in it. So I just went out with the ladder, whole guy up on a ladder and put the SD card in.
Again, trick.
Hey, Justin.
Oh, that's up coming up today too. Isn't it? I was in London at 8:10 a.m. this morning. Okay, they'll be here today.
What's up?
Hey, Justin.
Oh, yeah.
Are you feeling any better? I know you weren't feeling so hot yesterday.
A little bit. Kind of been sleeping.
Yeah.
I don't even remember falling asleep last night. What's up, JD, Edward?
Yep, Ed says we're going to get another round of terrible weather starting
I don't think
tomorrow
so.
afternoon.
I don't think so. Well, but there's not really tomorrow afternoon. It's late tomorrow afternoon into tomorrow night, into
Yeah.
Saturday morning, was mostly. So the school buses will still run tomorrow for sure. Hey, Mr. Dustin is in the chat.
What's up, Dustin?
Hey, Dustin. Good morning.
Oh,
There's my new camera that I put in on the north side of the house.
is that your driveway or the neighbors?
That's my tenants.
Okay.
What there is there's an easement that goes through here to the schoolyard.
Because it kind of looks like your neighbor's property. Why is the fence right there? Or is that kind
Because
of
that's actually on my property line. My dad put that up there.
So is that
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 property
E-
right there is not his. That property right there belongs to the school district.
oh, to get in and out?
Yep, access. Easement, I guess.
Do you guys still park there in the summertime now?
Oh, yeah.
They don't care?
No, because I take care of it. I mow it and everything.
As long as you don't block it up or anything. They can get in
Well,
and
what
out.
it mostly is an easement for, used to be a lot of kids used to walk to school, not so much anymore, but they used to walk through there to go to school. And here's the camera panning around up towards the front of my house. I really
Yeah.
like that camera. It was only like about $50.
Pan and tilt cameras aren't very expensive anymore. Because there's so many companies, security companies and stuff out there, so you can get them relatively cheap now.
Yep.
Price of all that stuff has gone way down over the years.
Well, the other thing that's nice is that it hooks right into my already system, you know?
Yeah,
'Cause all
camera
of my other cameras are,
like that 10 years ago would have cost you a couple grand.
yep. Yep. Stop share.
What's up, Dustin? How you doing? That fence has been up since your dad was there, huh?
Oh, yeah. That fence has been up as far as I can remember when I was a kid. Split rail fence he put in there just to kind of like, that's the edge of the property.
How long, if you don't mind me asking, how long have your parents been gone for?
My mother was the last one to pass. She passed about 10 years ago.
Oh, okay.
And
Not
my
too long
dad
ago.
passed about 3 or 4 years before that, so about 13, 14 years.
Okay, so it wasn't too long ago.
No,
About the same time my grandparents all both passed away too. They, my grandma died in 2006 and then my grandpa died in 2011.
so you got a few things to do today, is that?
Yeah, I got a few things I want to do today. Well, I got signs to do to start off with. But I just pulled one over on 4th Ave on the way here because I got to practically drive by it. But I got to take it all the way down to Port Stanley, put it right back up again. And then on the way home, I got to stop and grab another one. But that one I got to pick up, that post is garbage. So basically,
But you'll be glad when spring gets here, huh? Pounding those
Paul.
posts in and taking those posts out. I think we'll all be glad when spring gets here.
yeah.
I'm not looking forward to it because I hate the summertime. That means I'm that much closer to summer.
Well, yeah,
don't-
where you are, you gotta be, it's called bake time down there.
Well, we don't really, I mean, I guess we do get a spring, but it's just in Florida, it's either hot or cold. Like there's no, or you get a few weeks out of the year where you get it in between, but for the most part, it seems to be one or the other. You got to deal with one or the other.
Well, it's funny. You look here on the weather. It says we're supposed to get 2 inches of snow. Okay. But you read the story, it says it's supposed to get 20 plus centimeters of snow in blizzard conditions. Well, 10 centimeters is 4 inches, so 20 is 8 inches. How come they're saying less than 2 inches?
Yeah,
Like, that just, yeah.
that's the only job in the world you get paid big bucks and you don't have to be right about anything.
Yeah. But see, Southern Ontario can go a long ways north. It goes all the way up to Owen Sound or Tobermory, up to the French River, right? So
Yeah,
it could go above us, but still, because we're southwestern Ontario here, not just southern Ontario, we're southwestern. Hey, AG, you finally made it. And look, Mr. Bill from Newfound Drone Productions. Good morning, guys.
What's up, guys? I'd say over the last 20 years or so, they've gotten a little bit better at predicting the weather. Not always right, but
Oh, come on.
so do you give them a passing grade or a failing grade?
I mean, I guess, I mean, it depends on, because there's a lot of people out there that actually prefer certain meteorologists, over
Yep.
others. So I guess it's your own personal preference at that point. There's a lot of people that think that, you know, certain ones are better than others, so. I don't know, the only time I really watch the weather is if there's something crazy about to happen, like, you know,
Hurricane.
hurricane or something like that. Otherwise, I don't really pay attention to it.
Well, I would imagine you pay attention to the weather, like if you were taking the kids someplace. Like an amusement park or,
Oh, yeah, yeah, that kind of stuff, I'll look up the weather and see what it's gonna be like that day, but for the most part, I don't really pay attention to it too much.
yep, it is what it is, right?
Pretty much.
So today may be the first day of meteorological spring, but this year astronomical spring begins March 20th. Like what the hell? Make up your mind when spring begins, right?
Yeah. I never heard of meteorological spring.
Yeah,
Either spring or it isn't, you know?
yeah. Like, but you're going to be windy for the next couple days. 45-mile-an-hour tomorrow and 35-mile-an-hour
Well, that's those storms coming.
Saturday.
That's all those storms coming, Paul.
Yep. Yeah. See, no. Who can we blame? Who's from Texas? Angie. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, we can blame Angie because it says the Texas low is coming through. Can't blame AZ because not didn't say Arizona low, but the Texas low. It sounds like Bill from Newfoundland is still waiting for a printer, but it's not today. Maybe tomorrow.
No, it needs to get off that damn island.
Yeah.
Shipping
Really.
there sucks.
Yeah. Yeah, it's probably on that slow boat from China, right?
Well, he just, where he lives, it's crappy shipping. Like he
Yeah.
said, like he doesn't get the opportunity to get the 2-day shipping like we do on Amazon stuff.
Oh no, because that yeah, it's over on the rock, right? So
Yeah.
yeah.
He just happens to be in a really crappy geo location, I guess you wanna say.
Yep.
The new Wise cams, they're outdoor cams. They look like little robots, don't they?
Oh yeah, different, right? Holy shit. Yeah. Almost look like they're starting to be a gimbal now.
Yeah. What they do is they tilt up and down, spin around and everything, you know?
That's like a two-way gimbal. Hey, Mr. B, good morning.
I promise you, I'm not mooning you. I'm just getting something.
Yeah. Sure. Hey, Mr. B, good morning.
So. Little bit froggy in the throat today. In and out of the weather, that's the problem.
I've been feeling the same way since yesterday. Still like crap.
I'm gonna pitch a couple of peanuts, be right back.
Yep, you gotta get to those squirrels. They gotta be fed now, Paul. They can't go 5 minutes now without being fed.
Imagine what them squirrels are gonna do when Paul's not around no more, Jesus.
Yeah,
They're
no
gonna
kidding.
they're gonna fucking starve. Cause they don't know how to get their own food anymore.
Yeah, probably a lot of them have never, if they're young, they've probably always been fed by Paul, right? They wouldn't be able to feed themselves, right?
And whoever ends up getting Paul's house is really gonna be eating it. They're
Yeah.
fucking banging on the windows all the time wanting peanuts.
Hey, where's Paul? Where's Paul? Knocking on the window. Yeah.
Here's a serious question for you, Justin, since you've got the kiddies,
What's that?
and I've never had kids in my life. Is it just Dallas? Or do younger kids, when they like take a straw out of a plastic, whatever, just kind of, I find stuff all over the floor.
Oh
Oh no, that's fucking kids in general.
yeah, you're just
My
kids.
kids, my
Well,
kids is what living piss out of me for doing that.
Paul, I used to have to sweep my bus 2 or 3 times a week when I had the little kids on there. I haven't touched the broom yet since I've been on the bus with the high school kids because they don't litter like the younger ones do.
Yeah, it's like unbelievable. I was never like that when I was a kid because my parents would kick my ass.
Well, life has changed, Paul.
Yeah, things aren't the same.
Mom or daddy will look after it. They'll clean up after me.
Yeah, my kids do the same thing. It annoys the living hell out of me. I'm always getting on them about cleaning up after themselves. That's like they come home every day and they wanna fucking strip down right at the front door. I'll go out in the
And do
living
they
room.
and then when they strip down, they just everything kind of flies, or
Yeah, and then I'll come out in the living room and their fucking book bags, everything's just sitting right by the front door. I'm like, go out there and pick that shit up.
do they look at you funny when you tell them?
Oh, no, my kids don't give me too much problems. They know not to mess with me. I don't put up with that. They get a little mouthy with Sarah sometimes, but if they know I'm here, oh, they'll take off running. 'Cause they know I don't play around. If I catch them talking back to their mom, they're gonna get their ass whooped.
I know why people got to do that shit. Like, look at this. Like in Vancouver, over in Vancouver Island, the Royal BC Museum, a climate activist spreads paint on the mammoth on the tusk. Like, really? And the thing is that she's a fucking climate activist, UBC, University of British Columbia, engineering student. Why don't you use your freaking talent for something else and freaking go along? Like, museum pieces. Like, come on. Like, people, it just.
Well, to me, she should be charged with a felony. And that'll really screw her up because she'll have a felony on her record.
Yeah, but an engineering student, why don't you went to university and all that, became an engineer, and this is what you're going to do with your life? Become a climate activist? Well, you could have saved yourself a lot of freaking money by not going to university. Like, really?
Yeah, but Paul, because mommy and daddy are footing the bill.
Yeah, well,
I guarantee you, she probably doesn't even have a job.
Oh no, probably.
Is that in Canada or the US?
It's in Canada. It's all Vancouver Island.
Yeah, well, I was gonna say, if it's in the US, mommy and daddy ain't flipping no bill. That's the
Yeah.
problem we have here is there's too many kids going on stupid scholarships or dumbass shit, and then they get in debt. Cause they go to school for dumb, stupid ass degrees that don't
I think
And-
go anywhere.
And the
Yeah.
damn liberals want to forgive $500 billion in student loans.
Yeah. But that mammoth there, I've probably seen it because I've been into that museum and I've probably seen that one. But you know, I just really that thing is 40 years been there for 40 years old. But if some 24-year-old kid goes in there and looking,
Well, the way the government needs to do it is if they give they need to stop giving loans to go to college and actually just give grants.
yeah.
And if you don't finish, you gotta pay the grant back. If you finish your schooling, you don't have to pay it back. Easy as simple as that. Make it simple and easy. Because there's a lot of kids that go to school, because that's the way they do a lot of Pell grants, which are government grants. Here is they'll give you a grant and you go to school, and if you don't finish school, you have to pay it back. But as long as you finish, you don't have to pay any money back. That I agree with. Because then that can be budgeted every year throughout the government.
Well, I agree to an extent. But let's say somebody went to and got a 6-year degree in college in some obscure whatever. They come out and they go to work at McDonald's because there is no job for this obscure social studies and engineering.
Did we not have this argument like a month ago and you guys weren't agreeing with me about that? When I said that this is why I think it's stupid when parents pay for kids to go to school for art degrees.
Oh, yeah.
I think it's really stupid. Like my daughter, I love her to death, but she wants to go to school for art. And I told her, I said, you know, that's not really a good field to go into. I said, if you really want to get into like art or something like that, I said, you need to get into computer graphics, computer design, some kind of computer, something with robotics, something in that nature. Because then you can still design stuff. But even then, you know, the reason why art's in such a possible downward slope at the moment too is all these AI programs are now designing everything instantaneously. They don't need artists anymore. You know what I'm saying? Like me and David were talking about this about 3 or 4 days ago about how AI, you know, for like making a video game, right? Before you had to have an artist that would spend months making 2 or 3 characters, drawing them up, getting them ready, and then presenting them to you, right? Now you can put in an AI program. This is the type of character I want. This is the type of game we're using. You put some different key features in there. The AI can come up with 20 different characters in a matter of seconds. I mean, seconds. And why would you pay a designer a bunch of money to do it when a program will do it for free?
Well, and there was just on the news last night that there's an AI program now that college students are using. It does all their homework for them.
Yep.
It writes thesis papers using information on the web to fill out. You just tell it how many pages you want and what the subject is, and it does it for them.
The point and the thing is eventually, I think
That's the dumbing down, you know?
Well, I think eventually too, I think school's gonna be a thing of the past because we're gonna get to a point where you don't really need schooling anymore. It's gonna be because it's gonna get to a point where we're gonna have chips in our brains and they'll just be able to download information to you.
Yeah.
So if you want to be a computer, something to do with robotics, you'll be able to download everything that has to do with robotics instantly. I mean, that's just the way it's going. It's not a sci-fi thing. Like that's to think that that's not going to be something in 20 years or 10, 15 years. Like David was even saying probably sooner than that. He said probably next 5 years. I mean, that's just the way we're going.
Well, that's what this news article was talking about. There was college professors talking about this new program, and they can't tell who the hell wrote what.
That's because it doesn't see. Back in the day when a student would steal a paper offline, it would be a pre-written paper that somebody wrote, and they would just download it, and then they would just change some keywords in it and kind of move it around a little bit to make it look more like they did it. But these days, these AIs can come up with complete thesis without that aren't
Right.
similar to anybody else's. And it can be totally unique within themselves. So it's something that, I mean, what are you going to need a college professor in 20 years for? Even their jobs may be threatened in about 20 years. Because it's like, what do you need a college professor to teach somebody something when they can just go and on the web and download it right to their brain? Say, I want to learn everything about this subject. Just like being bilingual is not going to be a something that's going to be unique anymore in the future. People will be able to speak any language they want to. And that's the way things, I mean, this is the way that technology is progressing. At some point, I think schooling is going to be a thing of the past
Yep.
because we're not going to really need it anymore. Because we've already proven that the human brain is far, far more capable than we ever thought possible. I mean, just it can have just as much data on it as a supercomputer as far as what you could remember and know how to do and all that. The whole thing about, oh, we only use 10% of our brains, that's not even a true thing. They've already proven that was bullshit.
Just got another sign for tomorrow, so now I got two, one in London, one in New Salem. You want me to put a coming soon on there? I don't have one. Unless you want me to make one, it's gonna cost you.
Well, that's because you live on an island, Bill. You got to get off that island, man. There ain't no computer jobs and everybody's running around in Hawaiian shirts. But I've told my kids that I'm like, you got to realize too that these days, you're not going to be the guy working on the line anymore. You're going to be the guy fixing the robots that's working on the line. Because now warehouses can staff pretty minimal if everything's robotic, right? They only need a few engineers in the
So now,
entire building to keep an eye on everything. They don't need 500 workers on the line anymore.
maybe I better go to London this morning. Because I got two going the other way now. Got one in New Salem, one in Altmer. And I got London. I don't know. So maybe I'll go to Port Stanley, pick up that one that just on the south side of St. Thomas. Maybe I'll head to London and grab that other one. Yeah.
Yeah, Bill, you just got to get off the island, man. That's all it is. You're hindering yourself. That's why, honestly, I wish I could live for 500 years. I'd love to see what technology would be like in 200-300 years.
Yeah.
I don't know if I'd want to live forever, but I definitely would love to live a lot longer than we normally do.
Yeah, there's a lot of people that probably feel the same way you do, Justin.
Oh, yeah, I don't know, technology really interests me. But yeah,
Well,
I don't,
yeah, like example, that camera that I just installed. You know, 5 years ago would have been at minimum $1,000 to $2,000.
oh, for sure. That's the great thing about technology though, is it gets cheaper. More widely used it gets a lot cheaper.
Does anybody make like a wristwatch or a wrist communicator type of thing that you can put on a kid so that you can talk to them or they can
Oh,
call for
yeah.
help or what, you know?
Oh, yeah, they got kids smart watches for that. I actually had my daughter actually had one of her friends staying over at her house one time when she was a little younger. And the girl had one and she kept calling her mom every 5 seconds.
Had to become annoying, wouldn't it?
Oh, it was annoying because she was calling her mom every 5 seconds and then she wanted to go home and she was complaining and yeah. Did get a little annoying, but
Well, Paul, I'm gonna have to get going. I got, yeah,
Okay,
to-
Paul.
so I better get them going. So
Yeah,
I
you
better,
stay,
better go London this morning.
you go get your thing on, you know? What are
Well,
you
see,
gonna,
the problem is too, is that, I have to leave so early to go on the bus run, right?
yeah, because you gotta cut out of there about 2:30 or so, or,
Oh, no, I'm out of here by 1 o'clock.
oh, wow.
Well, the school gets out at 2 o'clock in London, so
Oh, 2 o'clock they get out. See, here, the earliest the school gets out is 3 o'clock.
no, I got, because I gotta go get the bus and then I gotta drive it to London.
Yeah,
So no, I gotta be out of here by 1 o'clock. So that only gives me about 3 hours to do everything I need to do. So
okay, Paul, are you going out tonight, or
I'm not planning on it. So
you never know. Take every opportunity you can get.
yeah, for sure. Especially with the weather, if it's gonna go for a shit, I may not get out for a day or two.
Yeah.
So, anyways, guys, I'll talk to you later.
Okay,
alright. We'll
Yep.
see you later.
we'll see you, Paul.
Yeah,
Well, Justin,
that's
what are you up to today?
nothing. I gotta install my Raspberry Pi screen when it gets here.
Oh, it's not there yet?
I'll be here later today. Just waiting for it to come in Amazon.
Well, since you're just hanging around, you probably could go live, couldn't you?
I mean, if anybody else wants to go on there with me. I don't really wanna go on if nobody's gonna be around.
Well, let's see, what time is it where Tim Jackson is? Oh, it's in the middle, no, it'd be evening there, right?
Yeah, but he's probably working. No, it'd be early morning there. It'd be late at night, actually. I think it'd be like, cause I wanna say 12, 1 o'clock is like 3, 4 in the morning there.
Oh,
That
okay,
might be evening, yeah. I don't know. Have to look at my world clock.
because we're down to 11 people, 12 people here, I just don't know. We could sit here and talk to ourselves.
It's up to you. I'm not doing nothing but just sitting here working on a computer talking to you guys, so. Just doing some cable management. You got any ship supply today or nothing, so?
No, there's nothing on the water.
Yeah, it's been super. You ain't had shit to do the last few weeks, huh? Come on. There we go.
Yeah, it's just kind of cloudy, just kind of yucky.
Have a nasty day out.
Yeah, it's gonna turn out to be that way. I think they were calling for maybe sunshine this afternoon, but I don't see it.
Yeah, it's pretty nice here right now. Not too bad outside.
Well, it was dark there for a while, wasn't it?
Yesterday it was super foggy all day
Yeah,
for most of the day.
the fog's all gone now.
Oh yeah, it's been gone since yesterday afternoon. But usually when we get fog, it clears out by like, early morning, around 9 o'clock at the latest usually. But for some reason yesterday it was hanging around for a minute. It didn't leave. We had it till almost 12 o'clock in my area. Yeah, it was kind of unusual yesterday. I guess the conditions were just right though. Okay, where did my clippers go? Yeah, okay. Oh man, come on. There we go. You ain't got no plans today of doing anything?
No,
No shopping at Costco or nothing? Or Sam's Club? That's the one you go to, right?
yeah, Sam's Club. I usually all my grocery shopping now, I get that done delivered.
Oh, yeah, that's right. You started doing the delivery thing.
By the time you putz around, drive there, and especially I don't walk so well, walk around the store and get what you want. I'd rather pay the service charge, have it delivered, including the tip for like $7.
Well, when I started online grocery for Walmart, I was one of the people that helped start it for my store and a couple other stores around here. And I'll tell you what, man, the moms fucking loved it. They were like, I used to get moms coming up to me all the time thanking me because they didn't have to take the kids in the store no more. They could just order their stuff online, pull up, dump it in the car with the kids in there, and they'd be off and out in
Off
like
and
10
gone.
minutes.
Yep. I would imagine, if because I used to always chuckle back when I used to do a lot more in-store shopping, is you'd always see a mother with 2 or 3 young kids in there wrestling them around,
Yeah, well, they
Get
gotta
over
do
here. What are you doing? Yeah.
They gotta do what they gotta do. I mean, but yeah, that makes it a lot easier for a lot of moms out there now too, so they don't have to fight with the kids in the store and everything.
Right. Okay, JDS come and went. We're down to 8 people watching, Justin. I think I'm going to call it.
Oh, you're good then.
Okay, everybody, thanks for being here. Thanks for stopping by. We'll see everybody again later today, maybe. We'll see how it goes. Take care, be good, and stay safe. Bye.